everybody. Hello. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Fine, that's good. That's a good energy to be fine. It could be worse, right? The thing with energy is, if you say things like, oh, today's not such a good day, then the energy will bring that into your life, and today will not be such a good day. So thank you for saying that you're fine. Has anybody got any other examples of what you may say and then you bring it into your life? So that I know if you're on the same page as what I'm talking about.
The weather's correct today.
That's a really good one. I actually added that onto my list today. So with the weather, yeah, there is a positive at all times. Because sometimes it's hot, but there's a reason for that, and sometimes it's raining, and that's really good for the plants. Yeah, so we may not like it, but there is a reason why it is always positive. And like Andy says, enjoy your life today. Why not tomorrow? Well, if you enjoy your life today already, you will also enjoy your life tomorrow, unless something really bad happens. But is it bad, or is it just energy? Because the energy is just there, and it's neither good nor bad. So it is just what we make it, what our brain tells us what it is. So there could be another example like, how are you today? Oh, my leg is sore. You're reinforcing that your leg is sore, and your leg will be sore. Betty knows what I'm talking about.
If you've got a sore leg, and you know you've got a sore leg, how can talking about it make it go?
Talking about it will not make it go, it will reinforce it.
That's right, but what do you do if you don't talk about it? It's still there.
Yes, it will still be there, but it's probably a little bit less than when you keep talking about it. Because everything that comes out of your mouth, your ears are listening to, and it brings it into your brain and into your body.
Well, I've got a sore arm. And I don't talk about it, but it's still there. It's not gone away.
I can imagine. So if I have something that's sore, I actually sit with it and I ask if there's something I need to do, or if there's a lesson in it, or something like that. And sometimes something comes up and sometimes there's not. Because if I bump my elbow, then it's sore, yes. Like the other day, I actually fell over just over a week ago, and I've got a bruise this big. So, I had a bruise that big. Pardon?
Let's see it. Only there.
From there to there.
Only there.
It's all yellow now. Yeah. So, when I fell over, I knew it hurt. And it's a metre away from where I broke my ankle last time. So, first thing I do, I'm on all fours pretty much. And I'm like, okay, I'm alive, that's good. Anything broken? No. And this is multi-seconds, you know. Anything broken? No. Good. And then eventually you come back to, okay, you acknowledge it really hurts. And then you get up, well, I got up, and I was like, okay. So I went into the house, get out of that bit where I fell, get into the house, I do a little bit of grounding, and then I was like, okay, what do I do now? Obviously I fell over because I was rushing, came into my head. I'm like, okay, I'm going to lay on my bed and I'll do healing. I'll put my hands on myself. And there were two little bruises, and they both disappeared within the 10 minutes I was laying on my bed, because that's what you can do if you put your hands on yourself. You all got energy in your hands. So then about 3 or 4 days later, this yellow bruise came out. And it was only this big, the blue one that I saw after I fell. But the thing is, okay, what is this telling me? I'm rushing. Okay, I'm not rushing anymore. I will now calm down, and I will just go and do one thing at a time, and everything will be fine. So that's what I mean with, if something hurts or something happens, sit with it and ask what the message is. Yeah, and it's the same with emotions. Because emotion is energy in motion. Your emotions can lodge somewhere in your body as well. So if you have, for example, say a sore hip, it might be that you're stopping yourself from moving forward as such. But that's a whole different talk, the body parts and what that all means. But if you sit with it, you can think, oh, okay, what can I do to make my back feel better? And something can pop up in your mind. Where it comes from, I don't know, but sometimes it comes into my mind. Any questions so far? So far, so good. So if you, I know that you do sit and be fit and all the balancing exercises here and Zumba and all that, that is really good against falling over. But also not rushing is also good against falling over. Right, what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah. So what you focus your thoughts on, what you focus your energies on, because energy is thought, you bring into your life, which is, for example, I must remember that. That's a good one. I must not forget that. It's got the word forget in it. So which one will be better?
I must remember.
Thank you. With a child, you say to them, oh, don't fall, be careful. And what do? They probably fall because you got the word fall in your words. So your wording is very important. Like I said, whatever comes out of your mouth, your ears are listening to. That's why it's quite important to watch what you say, or before it comes out, work out what you're going to say. We talked about that. With the energy in motion, if somebody is upset or angry or something like that, and they send out that emotion, that energy to wherever. So if you engage with them at that moment in time, you will probably pick that up and you'll probably get back into the upsetness or the angriness or whatever. I've noticed that when I was still running bars. If somebody comes to the door and the bouncer says, no, sorry, you can't come in, and the person gets upset, and I'm there and I get upset against them, they get angry, and then for me it's a cue to say, okay, this is the end of my conversation with that person at this moment in time, and I actually go inside. And that's when I started learning about energies and emotions and how it all goes into this big ball, and it just grows bigger and bigger and bigger unless you're aware of it and you can do something about it. And I know that if somebody is sick and somebody, for example, has a sore arm, you do want that compassion when you say, oh, my arm is sore, I just hurt my arm. You do want that compassion. But you can also give all of that compassion to yourself, because the most important thing is how you talk to yourself, right? We've got to love ourselves, so we can start with being compassionate to ourselves. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anybody got questions? Well, either it's clear or clear as mud. Let's just take it as it's clear. So how can we change this? We can, for example, say everything feels well, my body feels well today. Today is a great day. I'll get back to that. For example, if you say, I'm losing weight or I'm getting in shape, which one would you say?
I'm getting in shape.
Sounds good. Thank you. What you need to think about when you say things is what you are attracting. So if you say I'm losing weight, then the weight will keep coming at you. But if you say I'm gaining shape, I'm getting in shape, your shape will change. Energy is just absolutely amazing when you work with it. If you set a goal, for example, if you have a goal for, say, in 10 weeks' time or in 6 months' time or something, the goal that you're working on, you keep looking at it, you keep mulling it over in your head, you keep thinking, what kind of steps would I like to take today to get to that goal? So you keep that energy going so that you get that goal in the end anyway. If you're tired, for example, and you say, I'm tired, then you will be more tired. But if you say, today is going to be fabulous, today I'm going to socialise, today I'm going to listen to the beautiful music at Zumba, which I heard last week, it's really uplifting. You can really feel your energy, your emotion, your mood lift when you do that kind of stuff. And we all need to socialise, so we can thank Betty for having this community centre here and having run it for over 20 years, I think it is now, isn't it? Yeah. So community is so very important, because if we don't give the compassion to ourselves, we can get it from the others, as long as it's in a great way. And also the socialising will give us high vibes. Somebody will tell a joke, right? And other people will tell uplifting stories, and you can enjoy going outside because the sun is shining, or it's raining, which is great, because the weather is great no matter what it is. So what I was thinking of talking about was the practical exercises that we can do to get our energy higher. So one of the things is obviously what we've talked about. Think and speak positively as much as we can, and be aware of it, because then you can change it. You can catch yourself, and then don't put yourself down, just change it to something positive. Just say, oh yeah, I caught myself, yay! Remember, what we send out, we get back. So if you send out love instead of anger, you will be able to receive love back instead of anger. So when you start getting angry, stop yourself, or frustrated, or anything that leads to anger, stop yourself and work out what it is. Why are you getting frustrated? Something not going well? Take a step back, take a deep breath, and start again. You know, if you do crafts here or something. Gratitude, that's one that Betty reminded me of. With the gratitude and being thankful, in the evening before you go to sleep, especially if you have nightmares, this is a great remedy against nightmares. Before you go to sleep, you think about 5 things that went well that day. So even if you're laying in bed already, you take a deep breath, you make yourself calm because you're going to sleep. You think about 5 things for that day every night. And then in the morning, when you wake up, you think about 5 things that you're grateful for. I'm alive, I'm breathing. Oh, today I get to go to WACST, yay! You know, that sort of stuff. Anything that you can think of that you are grateful for in your life, it doesn't have to be that day. So that will lift your vibrations as well. And the more your vibrations are lifted, the more you meet nice people. Be nice to yourself and to others. For example, saying to yourselves, I will remember to be positive today, speak positive today, be kind to everybody today, be kind to myself today, I'm healthy today, all those things, you know, we can say that to ourselves so that we are nice to ourselves. And it ties in with the gratitude as well as being thankful. With thankful, what I do very regularly is, if I have my plate with food on it, I am thankful for how everything got on my plate. And I don't necessarily have to think about everybody who was involved in bringing it to my plate, including me cooking, because you've got to be positive about yourself. But you just put that energy in there. A lot of people pray before they have their dinner. So why not put your hands on it? Because your hands are energy centers, and it will make your food more aligned with your energy. 30 seconds is all it takes. And then that food will be, because it's aligned with your body, it will be healthier for you. You can do the same thing with your medication. So you can have the whole jar of pills in your hand and say, this is good for me, or whatever it is that you need to say, or this will help me with whatever. And then it'll be fine, because the energy stays in that jar. And every time you take your medication, it will be healthier for you. It will help you more. Same thing, you could do that with water. If you have a glass of water, you can have your hands around a glass of water, and it will make the water more alive, more happy, more healthy for you. I mean, we all know there's stuff in the water like chlorine, and it can't be really healthy for us, so it helps to put your hands around the glass. The main thing what you need to do is to put an intention into what you're doing. Everything you're saying, everything you're doing, you put your intention into it. And if your intention is positive, then the day's going to be fine. Does anybody already work with intentions?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. And anybody put their hands on stuff that they're eating or drinking? No? Anybody put their hands on themselves? Like, you know, sore knee, sore arm? Put your hand on it?
I try, but it doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't work.
I am a very positive person.
Yes.
I never ever think negative.
Yeah.
I work with clients, I'm a social worker,
Nice.
and they are for me pessimists. I said, look, it doesn't work. It might not happen. They say it might happen, I say it might not. Worry about it when it does, not when it doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's my philosophy in life.
Yes.
But I don't kid myself with my pain. It doesn't go.
I wonder if there's a reason for it, why it's there, why it won't shift.
Well, I'll put it this way, I've had a bad back since I was 27, and I'm now nearly 87, and I've lived with it, and I've lived positively with it, and I don't restrict myself. I'm busy every day.
Yes.
So I've lived with it, but it doesn't go. I've still got pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you can give me the answer for pain, I'm interested.
Put your hands on your back and things
I've
like
done
that.
that.
Yeah.
Done that.
Yeah. So it's regular practice for anything like that as well. And I'm sure you have done it like for a whole month, every day, twice a day. So.
You'd be surprised what I've done.
No, it won't. No, it wouldn't.
Yeah. So I guess it could be a bit like an onion. There's so many layers of it. So you can take away the daily layers every day, but then the next layers need to come off as well. And then eventually you can get to the deeper point. But obviously you've tried a lot of different things.
Lemon, big onion, that's all I can
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. And to get to the heart of it, you probably need some help from other practitioners as well.
I've had help.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah. So if the intention is when you go and put your hands on yourself is I am now helping my body, my hands are very powerful, and then you put your hands on, it should alleviate at least a little bit. With most things, it would. But if something's been sitting with you for what, 50, 60 years, that's a long time. Yeah.
Have you had physio, Elsie?
I've had physio, osteopath, hypnosis. You'd be
Chiropractor.
No, I've not done chiropractor actually.
Yeah.
Acupuncture.
No, I've not done acupuncture. But I've had some very, very unusual things.
Energy healing?
A man from India and all sorts. And he was very, very good. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Acupuncture works for me. I've got a bad back and it's brilliant.
What does the doctor recommend, Chelsea?
Do you really want to know?
Use it or lose it.
Well, I do. I come and I use it, but I don't lose the pain. That's the truth.
I hear you because I'm in a similar situation.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing well this morning because I'm just in pain.
Yeah.
I do know what it is. It's rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
And it's the new one, which is probably now 5 years old, is compressed nerves.
Yes.
So anything from my waist down is
Yeah.
amazing how many nerves we must have.
Yeah.
And I don't want to moan about it. People say, you know, how are you? And you automatically say, oh, I'm fine, thanks. You're like, I think, gee, no, I'm bloody in pain. You know, but I can take very little medication because of medication right for something for the rheumatoid. It clashes with so many of the other ones. And I mean, I prefer not to take them at all, but if I've got to spare so many $1,000, I could perhaps go and get an operation. But I can't even get on the waiting list, so don't know, it is tricky.
Yeah.
These are things that are a little beyond our control.
I'd say so,
And
yeah.
healing, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just get up instant, run away, can eat, not go to house.
Yeah, yes.
You know.
Exactly, the gratitude for the other things. Yeah.
Mm.
And that will help you get through the day if you have a not so good day.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so with bigger things or traumas or anything like that, there's a lot of your energy, your emotion, your thoughts, everything invested in that particular, for example, trauma. So what we can do is call our energies back from that. And that's usually done with a visualization, but you could do it in different ways as well. So if you are able to daily at night call your energies back to you from the day, so that's like mulling things over, what's happened today, did I say everything right, did I say something wrong, blah blah blah, everything, just mull everything over, and whatever comes up you can then deal with, but do that for the whole day. And if there was nothing, if you've had a really good day and everything went positively, everything went well, then you could just move on to yesterday. Was there anything left from yesterday or this week? And then you can claim your energies back from that. You don't have to have the bad feelings as such invested in that particular thing. You know, we all say something wrong. We all say things that come out before we even think about it. And then at night or for a long time, you can actually think about that and it can just sit with you all this time. But if we daily think about things and bring our energies back, bring our awareness to it and let it go, like, you know, okay, I've learned from this, I will not do the same thing, I will now do it so, and so, then that will give you your energies back and you will feel stronger within yourself, especially if you do that every night, because you can go back further and further and further. And then eventually you can not settle, but you can chip into those big traumas that you've had and they will become easier and they won't be recurrent either because you've dealt with it. So get your energies back to you, get your thoughts back to you and settle everything in your head every night. And then do the gratitude for whatever happened in that day as well. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the aura. Does everybody know what an aura is? Several heads, yeah. So the aura is your personal energy field. So if you were to sit somewhere and then a complete stranger comes and sits next to you and you feel it before you see them, that's their energy field interacting with your energy field. Has anybody had something like that happen in a mall or a busy place? Or so when lockdown started, I started going to the supermarket once every 3 weeks because I could not deal with the energies. So this is, 4 years or so ago? Yeah. Every time I've been to the supermarket, I just put my shopping down, I'll put the frozen stuff away and have a shower to wash everything off. That's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a shower as well, because water is very important for us. We are, 70-80% water? So we need that water to cleanse us off every day. If you're having a bad day or even a bad morning, go have a shower, you may already feel better. And the water is super powerful. So with the aura, we can make our aura, our own energy field, bigger or smaller. I think I forgot to make it bigger this morning when I arrived and come in here because it needs to be a bit bigger so I can encompass all of you so you can listen to my talk. But like if you go to a mall, everybody is wandering around and you're getting really close to each other and all these energy bubbles that people have around you, it could be a 1 meter, 2 meter bubble, they all interact with each other. And if you're slightly empathetic or full-blown empath, then you pick up things from other people. And the most important thing then is to realize, okay, I'm normally like this, I'm doing something or saying something that's out of character now, thinking something that's out of character now. Did I pick up somebody else's energy or what's happening here, you know? And that means that you have to know yourself really well. So I'm still learning that too. But when you do something that's out of character, sit down, have a shower, or use your own hands to make yourself have a dry shower. You can do that. I see a lot of people do that actually nowadays. You just, if there's stuff that you carry on your shoulders, stuff from other people, you don't need that, so you can actually just flick it off. And that's one of the things that, the easiest thing that I teach when I have my classes. I run a course and you can heal yourself with energy healing, and the first two are talking about energy and how you can protect your energy fields as well. So one of the things you can do to protect your energy field is to put a bubble around you. So you can picture a bubble around you. And when I first heard that, I had to actually see pictures about it. So I'll show you a picture. So if you're the same as me, you will be able to picture yourself in a bubble.
Could you pass that around?
Oh, yeah.
I think some of this one.
Yeah.
I can't see it very well anyway.
Oh,
Thank you.
of course, because for me, I have to see something before I'm able to do it myself. And that's one of the things, that's the awareness I have about myself, that I need to see something. So I had to Google people in a bubble, and then I was able to picture myself in a bubble. I was like, oh, so that's how visualization works. So if you want to learn how to do visualization, you can, whatever you want to visualize, you can look up and then sit back and become calm with some breathing and stuff, and then do the visualization. And otherwise, you can do a visualization about your own home. Because when I was learning meditation, the first one that I got was actually walking through your own house, because you know your house. So that's why you can do a visualization. That's a good way to start learning things like that. What other things can we talk about? Sweep off everything that is not yours to carry. Having a shower. When you're having a shower, you can actually draw symbols in the steam. I mean, everybody's got a bit of glass on the shower. You can draw hearts. Draw hearts in the steam on the shower. You're smiling already, look at that. It does work, you know. Or a smiley face, whatever you feel like. And if you're sharing your house, it might be nice for the next person to see that too. Picture yourself in a bubble. Visualizations about bringing your energy back from conversations that may not have gone that well. Being in nature helps your energy so much. Whether you do your gardening, whether you walk out of your house down the path and you, smell the flowers. It doesn't have to be a rose, you know. Be mindful. Have a bath if you have one. Go to the ocean. Preferably have your feet in the water of the ocean. The ocean's got so many minerals in it. It's so healthy for us. We need to be close to it. And luckily, most of us, we live on this side of town, so it's not far. Yeah, so everybody is unique and everybody's got their own experiences. So it's not one thing works for everybody. So the main thing is we have to work out who we are, be very aware of ourselves, and then we can work out what works for us, which emotions work with us, emotion, energy, emotion. Any questions about it? Wow. Any questions? Does anybody picture themselves in a bubble? Visualize the bubble. When you leave your house, you put your bubble on and then you go out in the wide world? Anybody going to start it to protect your energies?
I'm a realist, I'm afraid. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. I am what I am.
Yes.
And what I do, I decide and I am responsible. If it's good, good. If it's bad, I don't accept it. But I choose. So that's me.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I'm the opposite to you.
I think we have some things in common though, with the positivity in that
Yeah.
and helping people.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. We are all responsible for our own actions, our own words. That's why it's so important to work with your brain, be aware of what you're saying. And I was going to go into one of the other things and I've just lost that. And that's okay too, right?
But it's what you say, like you say, think this, feel that. But if you don't give the full I'll give you an example. I had sciatica, and a severe sciatica I felt years ago. And this man from India was amazing. And he did healing, and he hardly touched you. And he said to me, I can heal it. And I thought, oh, he's a quack. I mean, he said to me, I'm in absolute agony. If you've ever had sciatica, full-blown sciatica, it's painful.
Yeah.
And he said, he just did this kind of thing on my back. And he said, I can't see you for 2 days, you won't be able to take the pain. And I thought, well, he's not done anything. And he said, come in 2 days' time, you will not take it before. So nothing happened. So I went back and he looked at me, he said, are you all right now? I said, no different. He said, I thought I got it, that's funny. So he then said, we'll try again. And he did the same sort of thing, hardly touched me. And I thought, oh, we've got a right one here. And so he said, again, you will not be able to come for 2 days, you will not be able to take it. So I thought, oh, I'm not coming back to him. But I got outside his office and I wondered what the heck had hit me. Back, the pain was just unbelievable. And for 24 hours, it didn't stop. The pain in my sciatic nerve was absolutely night and day.
Wow.
And it did wear off. So I went back 2 days later and he said, did I get it? I said, yeah, you sure did. He said, now I can fix it. And all he did, I actually damaged the nerve. It took 9 months. I couldn't sit down for 9 months. I used to eat my food off the floor. And so for 9 months, I went for him for treatment. And he said to me, and getting back to the point I'm getting at now, he said, you have back trouble, don't you? I said, yes, I can fix that, he said, while we're doing this. And he did the same sort of fiddle on my spine. And he said, and this was I was only in my 40s. He said, right, your spine is now totally straight. I fixed everything. You have no more trouble with your spine. He said, but I'm telling you now, if you've got a weakness, you've had years of pain, if you don't exercise now, you will have trouble in your old age with back pain. So I ran a clothing factory with 100 machinists. I'm on my feet all day long, very, very busy. Yeah. And I remember thinking, I exercise out all the time, no problem, I'm fine. I did not do exercises. He didn't tell me, he didn't mean keep going, he meant stretch exercises.
Bend
and
over,
use your muscles and build up the strength.
Yes.
So in my 80s, I now have back pain because he told me, if you don't strengthen them now, put it right, there'll be no strength in your muscles, you'll have pain. Yeah. That's my problem. Now that's your problem, if you don't explain yourself to the person correctly,
yes,
they don't understand,
yes,
and you've got the consequences.
Yeah.
That's what I find.
Yeah. So this is only an hour talk. The classes, these 2 classes are 2 hours each. And when I see a person at my house to come for coaching or healing, it's an hour and a half, and for coaching an hour. So there's a lot of ground to cover, and it'll be one-on-one as well. I don't do groups at home like that. Yeah, but that makes a valid point.
You've got to follow it through.
Yeah. So, do you think you can visualize or something so that he gets his words back and you take your energy back from that? Because it sounds like you think now that you didn't do exercise then is now giving you a backache.
Too late.
Okay.
I'm now an old lady, so it's too late. I mean, it's not pain, it's ache,
Yeah.
weakness.
Yeah.
And that's why I said to you, how do you get rid of the pain?
Yeah. I'd probably do something like the guy did that fiddling. Yeah, so when people come to me for healing, I do have a table and I put my hands wherever they need to go, and whether it's above the body or on the body, I don't know. Everybody's unique, right? And everybody's life up to then is unique as well. So, and I do it in silence as well, so that you can either dream or meditate or visualize or whatever it is that you're doing. And then I write things down on the back of my paper, and afterwards I can explain to you what your energy from your body has said to me. And that's the hard part about what I do. I feel things, or I see things, or I hear things, but I have to put them in words to write them down so that I can communicate it later. And that is really, I'm still working on that, and something new comes up every time anyway. But sometimes it's, okay, you have this because of this. Sometimes it's that clear. And sometimes it says, you have this, but you can move forward if you do this, like what that gentleman has said. And sometimes the energy gets changed already, so you had this, now you've got this, so keep moving with whatever it is that you're doing. Everybody's unique and every message is different, and yeah. But clear communication is very important. Yes, I agree with that. Anybody else? Thought I saw a hand go up, but yeah. So yeah, with the energy, the aura around you. The other day I was explaining it, and I said, so sometimes you feel that somebody, if there's a person there, if I go and stand right next to the person, you can feel that they're there. And he goes, oh, it doesn't matter as long as they're good looking. Right? Do you remember that last week? Yeah. No. And it's okay. Yeah. So it's a positive note on everything. Yeah. Right. That's it. If you don't have any more questions. Anything you would like to get me deeper into, or?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good. Thank you, Yvonna. Yeah, and Yvonna has her own business in Pages Road, and it's
One-Only Road, yeah,
sorry,
yeah. You'll see the fence. It has Enjoy Your Life on the fence.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Waioni Road?
298 One-Only Road.
But where?
Between, it's 1 kilometre.
Bickerton Street?
Hmm?
Near Bickerton Street?
No, a bit further. So from Bickerton to Peckensafe, and then 1 kilometre
Oh, right.
further.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's between Hampshire and
Oh, yeah.
Portsmouth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen the fence.
Have you? Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah. Does it make you smile when you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's what I put it there for.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Yeah. I even, about 2-3 months after I had Enjoy Your Life spray painted on my fence, I had a card from whoever, I don't know because they didn't sign the name. Thank you so much for having your beautiful message or something on your fence. It makes me smile every time I walk, every time I drive past.
Good.
Yeah, it was lovely. Yeah. It's a nice energy exchange as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Positive breeding of positive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
How did you get into energy healing? Yeah.
So I'm born with gifts and abilities, and then my parents pushed it all down because in that day and age you had to be normal and live a normal life with normal friends and a normal job. So I moved to the other side of the world. I still don't know why, but New Zealand really feels like home to me, and I don't know why that is, but goosebumps. But then my cat got hit by a car, and he lived 16 days after, but he died of the medication from the vet. So I started looking into how can I help my animals initially, of course, without medication or anything. How can I do something for them? So I started looking into all sorts of directions, and I found Reiki, and I did Reiki level 1, didn't feel any energies. Like most people here probably, didn't feel anything. And then Reiki level 2, and that's when things started happening, and I was feeling things and noticing things, and that was self-development. There was like this surge in self-development as me in my person. And then I did 3A, because I don't want to do 3, because I don't want to teach Reiki. I've got other things I'm teaching. So with 3A, it was like up to the sky. The self-development was amazing. And now I'm more open to things. I can sense spirits and things like that as well. Sometimes I channel stuff, and everything has just changed. It's absolutely amazing. So for me, Reiki was a blessing, and it's getting me back on track with who I actually am. And I've done a lot of different things to learn everything that I do now. So many different groups. I do swaps with other healers and everything like that. It's just learning, but not sitting down with a book at university, because they don't teach this stuff at university. No. So now I do healing, and I absolutely love it. I started out with coaching, but it never really took off that much, and everybody is an intuitive coach, so it's a lot of competition. But healing, every healer is unique. The people that I work with, the people that I do swaps with and things like that, everybody does something different, and yeah, it's just like the layer of the onion. Everybody's an onion. Everybody's got layers. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I got back into it. Yeah, and now energy healing and life coaching and running groups and presentations is what I'm doing, pretty much.
So when someone comes to you for energy healing, what's the like a typical process? Like this lady was saying, if you were to see someone for, did you say 9 months?
Yeah, I don't think that's to me that is weird, because every healer is different. I have people that come and see me maybe 2-3 times a year, but they don't come every week, every month. Yeah, that's just, maybe at the beginning. I have one lady, she had a distance healing, then she came for a healing, then she had a distance healing, then she came for a healing, and that was from April to about a month ago. So that's only 4 healings, maybe around about once a month, but that's the only one that has had that from me. So yeah,
So most people it's a one-off sort of thing, or a couple of times?
there's a few, yeah, but yeah, 2-3 times would be better, you know, because we've set some people. I don't hold back. I don't say like, okay, I'm doing a little bit and then you can't handle more. I don't believe in that. So I do whatever I can. I'm looking at the clock. It's around about an hour, depending on what's happening, and I move everything that can be moved and heal everything that can be healed. I get all the messages, I write it all down, and then they come to as such. They wake up if they've fallen asleep, and then I talk about the messages, and with that, sometimes it's that powerful that they don't need anything for the next month, because they're still working on it. Because with the messages, they take a photo of that so they have it with them as well.
The message is that kind of like about a mind-body connection type thing, and that pain, etc., might be to do with emotional issues as well as physical.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. So Betty did ask if I can do a talk about the body and how to make that healthier, but that goes into the hips are about moving forward, and the knees are about, the feet are about direction, and I don't know, that's probably a bit much for here. So there is a very much so an emotional cause, mental cause for a lot of things that are happening in the body. Not everything, because, you know, if I fall over, I fall over, right? Yeah. So with the messages, there will be some emotional things that come up, or anything that's an emotional cause of something, or something that you need to do to get rid of it, or, yeah. Everybody's different, every healing is different.
What about hereditary disorders? You can't get rid of that.
So what I've worked out with some of these things is this person has something hereditary, their parents have the same or one of them, etc. So it goes up several ancestors, right? So the way this ancestor was thinking, they've passed it on to their children, and the way they were thinking has been passed on. So part of it is to do with the thought processes that have been passed on, I think. Yeah, so some things are genetic, some things are not. Yeah, but that goes quite deep into the onion.
No, but we've got a muscle disease and it's hereditary and it's a chromosome missing in the brain.
Yeah, exactly, so that is genetic.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with thoughts.
And I have chronic pain with it. So from the muscle wastage from my waist down. So how do you get rid of that? Like, I mean, I think very positive. And
Yeah.
But the pain's awful.
Yeah. I don't think, I have never, I can't remember that I've ever changed chromosomes on a person in a healing.
No.
So, and that's not me thinking negative.
But then the church has said there's a curse on your family, on your father's
That
side.
can be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's energetic.
But how can you say it's from me having that disorder, a curse, like a chromosome missing?
There's two different things though.
No, well they were combining it.
That's a bit dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but a curse can be removed of anything.
Yeah.
Same as a spell. My sister put a spell over her family, and I wasn't able to heal anybody distant from her family.
Yeah.
So I know how spells work, but curses, cusses, don't cuss yourself because that puts it into your energy field as well. Some curses can easily be lifted, but as you say, if it comes from your dad's side of the family or your dad, then we'd have to take it off your dad, whether he's here or not.
No.
He'll probably come in for it to be lifted, and then it lifts off the rest of.
But mind you, the hereditary thing is on my mother's side, not my father's, so it isn't combined when I think about
Yeah,
it.
so it is combined because you got the genetic thing from your mum's side and the curse side from your dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the curse can be lifted, but the genetics from your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a genetic there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. And see, that's why we need an hour and a half for a healing session, because we need to delve a bit deeper. And before a healing session, you don't have to tell me anything about anything that's wrong either, because I'll find out anyway. Your energy talks to my energy, and it's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Is it time? How far are we? I don't.
Yeah, we're right.
Right on time.
Right on time.
Woohoo! Well done, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.